Although I wasn't really a Christian at that time, I knew this thing was a demon though. And I feel like God was speaking to me, and I feel like the Holy Spirit, like I didn't recognize it at the time, but I had the idea to pray. And that's not something normal. Like people, when they do psychedelic drugs, they don't think to pray to God. But there was just like an urge in my heart to pray, like to say a prayer. And so I get out of my friend's house and I go home, like thinking I'm going to go home and I'm going to pray. And I just remember the journey home was crazy. I was, as I was walking outside, I'm seeing reality bend around me. And I felt like I was being watched. Like this felt like an insanely significant event. And I felt like I was being watched. And I felt like it was like I had this realization that I was being hunted. And in my daily life and day-to-day life, I wasn't conscious of what's going on in the spiritual realm, and I was blinded the whole time. But during this time, I was like hyper present, and I had this hyper realization of what was going on, that I was being hunted. And this was like a very huge moment. And I'm seeing reality warp, and it felt like I was in a different dimension, and I'm freaking out. But I make it home, and I go to my room, and I'm in my room, and I prayed. I didn't know how to pray. I didn't know that you could talk to God, so I just said the Our Father prayer. And when I said that prayer, I felt God come into the room, and I felt the presence of God fall on the room. And that was insane to me. I didn't know what was going on. I didn't know that you could encounter God like that. I didn't know that you could feel God. But I knew that he felt safe, that he was good.